Aiden. 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 Okay. It's a video.
As our crew, you know, they practice that all winter for you. Whistle and wave. Just brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? Now, Charlie Binkley had a son named Jim. And even though this boat weighs 280 tons, we only need about 39 inches of water. That's why our life jacket drill doesn't take very long. You don't even know why we have them on the top 2 days. So
this, remember that area we
but we need to talk about aviation first. That was easy enough.
Nope. Oh, now he's taking off.
Too fast for anybody, don't worry, because we're going to see him again. Because he's going to take a lap, and he'll set it back down out there. And again, either on the monitor. That's how you see her today.
In the trees.
Huh?
And she still runs as well now as she did all those years ago.
What?
And is still licensed for operation in a minute out of the Chena River through a water line that ran up over top of those hills back to where they were mined. Now the pump house doesn't pump.
Probably.
Guest house? Probably a guest house.
It's a guest house. We could just storm.
Now the next pretty log home wasn't interested in a log home. So even within the families, everybody does things their own way. This is framed, you know, where you create a relationship and a bond with each dog. Now, how early in a puppy's life does that begin in a meaningful way?
Well, you know, it begins right away, as soon as we can. So the day they're born, what we do is, even though their eyes aren't open for the first 10 days of their life, their senses start that relationship out just kind of gradually. So what we do is we go, the puppies start learning a couple things from the older dogs. Suddenly on the trail, and they have to be watching with the older dogs.
So as soon as he pulls the trigger, everybody leans
No motor in there.
picks up speed, and David is gone. You can use the monitors as well. That makes it easier. You see the lead dog set that pace. Everybody falls in behind there with a nice even spacing. All the rest of the dogs. 20 miles an hour over here, which is pretty remarkable.
See him?
Now, if we were to race it past anybody,
See
there they go again.
You see him, Aiden?
We're all getting up in the river. And turning. Okay, nicely done, David. Another great run.
Where's he going?
Yeah. Right out of track practice and into the pool. That's right. You're not kidding about a great location here. And as you were coming back in, David, I was mentioning we get to look forward to meeting you and some of your crew members. You'll be bringing dogs down too that people will be able to get up close to and learn all about. And that nice photo spot with the statue of granite. But the statue is not the only way. We're going to stop after we turn around, and you'll get to explore what we like to think of as a living museum. It's an area we preserve just like this. Two big piles of it there. And we're going to learn about fish
Here
camp.
I have a chum salmon, and when you folks turn around and come back upriver, I'm going to explain to you how I turn this into food for the dogs, and also tell you all about fish camp life.
Okay. Good introduction to the subsistency, hoping to come up on a clearing full of animals, a lot like those. Actually, about 1 or 2 o'clock. Yeah, we knew those would be there. Those are friends of ours. Nothing gets cast aside. Now what you see in the pen out here is domesticated Rangerford Tyrannus. That's the same genus and species as wild
every single last bit
caribou.
of it.
These are reindeer, of
Only
course,
natives can
but
kill the moose.
in all the ways that matter, they're virtually indistinguishable this time of year, but in the winter, they grow in a very thick white coat. But a glacial river is a very different experience. Yeah, well, and that was really at the heart of
To
what.
their family's respective camp. My family uses set nets to catch our salmon, but the centerpiece of many Athabascan fish camps is the fish wheel. The fish wheel is an incredibly efficient house, and even our dog teams for the winter months. Back on shore, those canvas roll tents are what we would sleep in during the summer. Permanent structure you see behind me. The smokehouse is the key to turning the salmon into a fully preserved food source. Once that salmon is into it. And speaking of animals, those boxes between the wall tents are dog houses. We always bring our dogs to fish camp because they'll act as a natural alarm system in case any large game on this backbone. And since nothing is ever wasted in my culture, I can just give this to the dogs here later as a snack. Same with the head. But if this were the head of a higher quality salmon, I would save it and make fish head soup for the elders, which is considered a delicacy.
Those good recipes of yours for later with the alder smoking, the village experience and what this is, what's happening.
That were carefully relocated from the original village. All the replicated cabins were made by hand by Nash craftspeople using those same traditional tools and methods, just like this post office. Now, you can't actually mail anything from here, but that's where you can get your granite-filled personalized after the tour.
Yeah, David will be.
It is all traditional except the zipper going down the middle. We just keep that there so we can. Much like we all have done today on Discovery 3. The Athabascans lived a strict, primitive bone and stone culture.
which meant every single day was a battle for survival.
What you say?
It's cool in here.
Yeah, it does.
Like it's air conditioning.
I thought it was pooping in our first one.
Cool.
Look at the old school
Oh
Ritz.
my God, I remember this. The Sailor Boy Pilot bread.
Feels good in here.
They were just in here.
What is this? Meat grind?
Bill's Brothers.
Probably. Look at that's the furnace or heating thing.
I mean, when I was real little, I seen this picture. What was your sister? Michael John. Ain't been.
Look at the chair
This is delicious. Want some homemade biscuits?
and the bed.
That's why you get a picture of my mouth always freaking running.
Oh, they got a mosquito net.
Just keep on running. You better have a big old 105 shells.
Go on that hill by yourself.
Go on what?
There. After she's done.
There's just going to be a small chunk of ravi, frozen ravi, being on the side to with my hands so they can devour quickly. And that's just the kind of run we go on with these guys. It's about 2 miles. Otherwise, it's too hot for them. We hose them down the hose before the run. We've got
You might have to put your fingers through.
That's why they wanted to jump in the water.
Yeah.
They got a thick coat on.
When they start getting to the point where they call them dogs.
Look at this big ass dog.
But during the summer, and we'll just put a young dog
You like that dog?
and that way when I get those teen hawk bands, they're complementing each other's
What was that about?
I have one really hard that when multiple I get her on. So,
What is the big yellow lead dog weigh?
the
The lead dog, the yellow one, the
one that 150 to 250 pounds a piece.
Each dog?
So yeah, so if you've got 14 dogs, you can pull a lot of weight. But when you have that many dogs in our lightweight racing sleds and everything, all that.
I can't. Aiden, go in a little bit.
This is definitely not period.
19,000.
1900.
1986.
Whoa.
This is not period.
Y'all want to try to make it to the fish camp?
Oh, I forgot about the fish camp.
Let's see that smoky sound.
Okay. Y'all remember what? Y'all remember what this was called?
That was a chase. Chase was a chase? Cash.
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 Not as long, and then we keep the rest of it kind of raw, and then we'll put it in the freezer, and then we just take them out.
And she done told us how to get that on the boat.
It's fine. We're not going to get left.
That's the one she just did.
Yeah.
They're gonna bring a small boat to come get them. The wreckage. Oh wow. Those boats were wrecked boats and the land grew around them.
Look at this little red house.
those are Fairbanks.
It's a little bench right here.
Looks like they have their own personal lake.